The Missouri Department of Transportation wants its day in court when it's sued over injuries or deaths blamed on defective roads.
It's obvious that cinders have been used on this road. Now let me take a look here. If I reach down and touch the road, you can see the black on my fingers.
You still have 15 days to pay that parking fine under the proposed ordinance, but if you don't, the rate will go up and cost you at least $25.
You can see we've got layers of ice on the cars. It's a pain to scrape off, but it's really not enough for these power outages to happen.
Makes you want to dance. You can find Hoffman from 4 to 6 during the week standing in his spot.
To give you a clue about how big that is, I'm 5'3", 4 feet, that's about up to my shoulders. Well, the snow has stopped, and I'm sure many of our viewers were surprised today to see that snow.
I found a large pool of blood in a wooded area. The blood was surrounded by some items of clothing, food, and a book. The pictures I took today of the scene were far too graphic to show on television.
Also, some controversy about another hotel just a few blocks away.
The Kaisers have been delivering meals every Wednesday for 4 years. There's also a woman who's been doing it for 38 years.
Columbia police are searching for a man impersonating law enforcement officials. I'll have more coming up.
A man was shot early this morning in Columbia, and police are looking for answers.
And when it opens, many Columbians are going to be wondering whether their kids are going to be Spartans.
But he's also a lot of fun. Hey, Kramer, bang, bang. Good boy.
So basically the purpose of today was to clear that up.
A unique employee is making the most of his unusual workplace.
Jim, I'm on East Broadway in downtown Columbia, right outside of the Regency Hotel.
We're going to take this deal from Washington all the way down to our home state of Missouri so I can show you what this deal is going to do to your wallet.
Roachport's had 20 busy years of visitors from all around the state of Missouri.
Reporting live in Columbia, Marissa Hollowed, KOMU 8 News.
The sound of rain can be soothing, but if this city could talk, it would tell you rain is one of its biggest nightmares. The city's beauty.
You can't go one direction or another without running into a local creek and stream.
There are few flaws you can see, but some of its worst lie below the surface.
Maintaining this infrastructure is important because you don't always see it. I mean, it's under our feet.
The city installed stormwater infrastructure in the 1940s to control the flow of rainwater, leading it into our streams and creeks.
The infrastructure that's here now is infrastructure that was put in quite some time ago, and infrastructure starts to fail.
There's probably water coming leaking through the holes.
Without proper maintenance, these pipes are comparable to a 70-year-old with poor diet and little exercise.
All material has a lifespan.
And this less than healthy stormwater infrastructure is the support underneath all of our houses, roads, and buildings.
We don't have any parts of town that are immune from stormwater problems.
The city created a stormwater utility to upkeep the pipes, but that didn't happen until 1992.
Unfortunately, the city doesn't have any control over how much it's going to rain.
But it does have control over funding. And the last time it's seen a major increase in funding, 1992. And it's not just the old age of the drains, their dire need for replacement, and the lack of money being put into the project. It's our fault too. Litter, pollution, and leaves accumulate.
But these get matted down, this one clogs.
And block the passageways to the drains.
Those clogs can cause major issues. It can cause buildup, it can damage the systems, and it can cause major floodings.
So, why should you care? Because of the potential for catastrophic failure. Take a look at this video from Wisconsin. This car fell into a massive sinkhole because of stormwater pipe failure. And what happened in Wisconsin has the potential to happen here.
This is just one of hundreds of stormwater pipes in Columbia, and water's traveling through this pipe, as it should during this rainstorm. But underneath, it's a different story. The rust has caused holes in the pipe, causing water to leak out the bottom. And when the dirt around the pipe gets wet, it packs down, causing the road above to lose support.
It's as simple as that.
It's one of the reasons that we ask people not to drive through running water when it's going across roads. You don't really know what's under there. Is the road still there or not?
The same thing can happen with houses and buildings too, along with
An erosion problem that people are having in their yards, standing water, water that comes from the neighbors' properties.
most maintenance is done because of immediate need.
A lot of the maintenance we do is done on a just kind of a case-by-case basis.
And the problem with this?
The thing about doing any kind of emergency replacement
is it costs about 3 times as much as doing regular maintenance.
There's no easy fix for a problem this size.
It takes time, it takes staff, it takes resources to maintain infrastructure.
A problem you can't see is still a problem. Marissa Hollowed, KOMU 8 News, Columbia.
Well, as the holidays approach, so does the cold weather, and that means lots of household visitors.
KOMU 8's Marissa Hollowed tells us these visitors are much worse than your crazy aunt and creepier than your weird uncle.
When Kenny Waterman was 6 years old, he was bitten by one of these, a brown recluse spider.
When the boils start going away, it kind of rots out in the center.
And almost 40 years later, he still has a scar.
Still left there's an indentation there.
These poisonous spiders might try to make their way into your home this fall.
70% of the households in Missouri do have brown recluse in them.
The most prominent characteristic is that
They have the fiddle on their back.
why do these spiders want to hang out at your house?
Kind of like us, they'd rather be inside where it's warm than outside.
They can get in through cracks near doors, windows, and walls, and they like to hide in dark places like attics and insulation.
As a precaution, you can buy these sticky pads. You place them up against walls or by cracks where the spiders can get in. The spiders will walk across the pads and stick.
A bite from this shy spider can be fierce.
If you think you've been bit by a brown recluse spider bite, the best thing is to go seek medical attention.
The quickest way to get rid of them is to call an exterminator. Marissa Hollowed, KOMU 8 News, Holt Summit.
Two good things about the newest employee at Blair Oaks Elementary in Jefferson City. The students love him, that's one, and two, he's housebroken. KOMU 8's Marissa Hollowed says he's the most popular guy at school.
Creamer. Good boy.
He might not talk, but everyone wants to talk to him.
Hey, Kramer, nice to meet you.
He's Kramer, Blair Oaks Elementary School's new dog. Counselor Rachel Cole rescued him at the Humane Society.
He was pretty sick when we first got him, and we did the treatment with him, and he's all better.
Rachel brings him to school every day.
I mean, I love him. I think he's great. I love my job, so I get to combine the two.
And no one seems to mind.
He's really cute, and I really, really like him.
But Kramer is here for more.
Kramer's a therapy dog, which means his purpose at Blair Oaks is to help out the children. But he's also a lot of fun. Hey, Kramer, bang, bang. Good boy.
I think he'll be really great for those kids that maybe don't have a lot of stability at home, or maybe there's some changes at home that they're working through. So I think he'll be great because he's something the kids can count on here. He was pretty tired yesterday. We were both tired yesterday.
That's a long day of work for a 4-year-old. Marissa Hollowed.
Bye, Kramer, I love you.
KOMU 8 News, Jefferson City.